Duval. Duval.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth and Forever, our second this week. As you see, it's just me and Cameron today. No Mason. Totally fine with that. It's going to be a Hoopsfield episode, so didn't want to necessarily waste an hour of Mason's time watching him play video games to the side while we talk hoops. So it's all good if he's off today, but we love him either way. We're happy to have him back. Next episode, though, Cameron, before we get to the couple things the NFL wanted to get to, next episode, when we crack these mics, when I hit record, when we do the countdown, we will have brackets in our hands. And it'll officially be March Madness.
It'll be the most wonderful time of the year to be
I'm really excited. I don't know if Mason's ready. I'm not going to tell him, but I don't know if he's ready that we're going to literally break down the bracket.
I will have hot takes for all 68 teams. Apologies.
Yeah, I got a few stuff as of now as of the teams who have made it, but we'll get to it. I wanted to get to first the biggest news. I posted the episode this morning, and it was us pretty much talking for like 5 minutes about Max Crosby and the benefit it was for the Ravens. It happened. Obviously, it happened before I posted the episode, but I couldn't do anything about it. So the Ravens pulled the plug on the trade due to a failed physical for Max Crosby, getting their 2 first-round picks back. And to respond to that, signed the best available free agent, Trey Hendrickson, to a 4-year, $120 million deal.
I so desperately wanted my Chicago Bears, my longtime rooting interest, Chicago Bears, to sign him. And we struck out. So I guess now we have to go for Max Crosby.
I was going to say, yeah. I don't know what a failed physical entails. Like, it obviously must be pretty bad, though, if a team's willing to, like, revoke a trade for it after it was already made public.
Dude, it's weird because, like, the failed physical thing is so nebulous. And it's like, okay, does he have an injury that nobody's disclosed? Or did he, like, just have a soreness that the team didn't want to risk aggravating? Like,
right.
where you don't have to tell us, right? It's his personal medical life. I don't want to pry into that, but like, that's crazy. And also, it leaves the Raiders kind of up shit's creek without a paddle. Like, they signed guys in his space.
Yeah. And I mean, I still think they'll be able to trade him. I don't think it's like going to affect the Raiders necessarily for much longer, but obviously, this is a big red flag, and it could end up being a situation, Cameron, like you just said, where like the Raiders could just be fucked because of this, and you could just be stuck with a guy who maybe has permanently damaged something with his hamstring or something with his leg or maybe his shoulder, but not good either way. But I just wanted to point out the absolute competence of the Ravens front office to like respond to this news that you probably weren't expecting. Answer with probably, I wouldn't say a better signing, but definitely like the next best option you could.
Oh, a phenomenal pivot to continue bolstering your team, right?
And now you still get your 2 first-round picks. Like, it's an
you still get your
win-win.
draft capital, right? You can still build.
I almost wonder why they didn't just do this in the first place. But again, hindsight's 20/20. Max Crosby is one of the best D linemen in the league, so of course, like, you got to make a move for him.
My conspiracy theory is they didn't think they could, and then they were like, "Oh shit, wait, he'll sign with us," and then failed the physical without giving reason. Being like, "Yeah, we'll take him instead." Sorry,
and then giving the fans so much excitement as well, like.
Dude.
There's at least 24 hours where Ravens fans were probably like the most excited they've ever been.
Right.
And
Bar none.
I feel bad for him, but we move on. We'll see. We'll probably I wouldn't say by next show we'll know where he goes next. I don't know what the future holds. I hope he's okay. I hope he's able to play football still. And I hope maybe it's for a different team. Maybe it's still the Bears, who knows. But let's get on to the bigger news here. Geno Smith returns to the Jets in a trade from the Raiders for a 6th and a 7th round pick. What makes this very interesting is obviously we know Geno Smith was drafted by the Jets in I think like 2012, 2013, something around there. So it's been about 13 years now, and I just want to name all the Jets quarterbacks since Geno Smith was drafted and then let go by the Jets after, or he was benched or let go. I'm not sure.
Fill me in. I don't keep up with Jets anything, so this will be a fun exercise for me.
All right, so from Geno Smith, after they got rid of Geno Smith, they went to a guy named Matt Sims. Then Mike Vick.
Do you have the years as well?
I do not have the years, it's just
Okay.
the names, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mike Vick, the Mike Vick?
The Mike Vick, yep.
The lefty.
Yep, the lefty, the Falcon.
Who has no off the field incidents that we can address.
Not as far as I know, no. Not at the top of my head.
Known to have that dog in him, okay? Mike
Certainly does. Certainly does. From Mike Vick to Ryan Fitzpatrick to Bryce Petty, Josh McCown, Sam Darnold, Trevor Siemian, Luke Falk, Joe Flacco, Zach Wilson, Mike White, Josh Johnson, Chris Stiefler, Aaron Rodgers, Tim Boyle, Tyrod Taylor, Justin Fields, Brady Cook, and now back to Geno Smith. Absolutely incredible. Sometimes to go forward, you got to go back, and I think this is a wonderful move for Geno Smith. He's going to get to finish his career where he started.
If you told if you told like the 6 fans of the Jets back in whenever they drafted him, like, hey guys, you're not going to keep him, but Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the team at some point. Fitzmagic will be here, and you named a bunch of guys. You'd be like, oh, dude, we must be like
Aaron Rodgers,
team.
holy
like,
shit! Yeah.
Quarterbacks want to
Mike
come
Vick?
play with us.
That guy, that Mike Vick.
It's like, oh no, you got the dregs of every quarterback's career. Like,
And might I say, like, as happy as this move made me and it put a smile on my face, it's going to end terribly for the Jets, and this is just kind of already them. I feel unless they have some plan for the draft that we just don't know about, they're going to go into week 1 with Geno Smith, and I just think that that's, one, fantastic, and 2, it already tells us that the Jets are trying to tank for one of these quarterbacks next year, possibly. So, or Jeremiah Smith, the receiver from Ohio State. So, well, that's all the football stuff I had, Cameron, unless you had anything else to say about the Jets.
I have a lot. We can save it for a different pod, though.
Okay, we'll save it for our Jets preview.
Yeah, for sure.
In July, yeah. All right, let's get on to college hoops. First team All-Americans have been named. They found out they were named yesterday, I believe. So Darius Cuff Jr. from Arkansas, Cam Boozer from Duke, AJ Dybasta from BYU, Joshua Jefferson, Iowa State, and Yaxel Lindenborg from Michigan. Those are the 5, your first team All-Americans. I have one name that maybe a couple that I think got left off, but do you have anyone at the top of your head, Cameron, that you think maybe got snubbed?
I'm looking at the list right now. Oh, I guess this is. Yeah, I'm not sure. Who do you feel is left off? I could probably guess.
I have a couple. So the first one I'll say is JT Toppin.
Texas Tech, right?
Texas Tech, yeah. Obviously, 25 games in towards ACL. That was terrible. But Texas Tech was slated to maybe kind of challenge Arizona for one of those 1 seeds until he got hurt, and now they're just kind of they're good still, but it's like they're nothing without JT Toppin.
Right.
So I think just the performance that we did see for the 25 games, I would have liked to have seen him, but I also would have loved to have seen Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, Adai Mara from Michigan. Maybe take the spot of Joshua Jefferson from Iowa State. Now, granted, Iowa State has had a fantastic season. They had a lot of good wins in Hilton. We'll see how they do in the Big 12 tournament, but it is what it is. It's a crowded pool of people, and like you're gonna have to leave somebody off because it's that good. You have Kingston Flemings, Thomas Haw, Braden Smith, JT Toppin, and Keaton Wagler, on the second team. Christian Anderson, Jaden Bradley, Jeremy Fears, LeBaron Phillips Jr., and Caleb Wilson on the third team. So, like I said, those are 3 pretty solid teams there, and you could probably make a case for any one of those guys to be bumped up to 1 or 2. So, just shows how deep the class was this year. But do you got anything else on that before we move on to a coaching firing?
Is there, and I'm genuinely asking because I don't know, is there like a games played minimum or something related to that? And the only reason I'm asking is because I don't see your boy on here.
He's not on there. Are you talking about Adai Mara?
No,
fuck you, Darren Peterson.
I'm not like,
you.
yeah, fuck yeah. I'm not shitting on you. Is there a games played minimum or like what?
I just don't think he was good enough to make it. Like, I'm being honest with you.
fascinating to me. That's just fascinating to me. And look, I am a known critic of Peterson. I would text you every time he had a 6 for 15 game, and I'd be like, "Oh, that's fine." And then he'd have like a 3 for 20, and I'd be like, "Okay, so maybe I was right." I just think that for all of the buzz and hype and talent he had, it's interesting, and I think probably correct to leave him off.
It was the right move. It really and that might be. I don't know. I don't know if there's been any discourse around him making it or not. I haven't seen any, but I do like the list as it is because like just looking at like the second team, like Kingston Flemings has made a massive impact for Houston this year. Thomas Hall potentially going to lead Florida to a back-to-back national title. He's going to get him to another 1 seed. Braden
awesome.
Smith was the preseason player of the year. JT Toppin, again, a guy I thought should have made the first team, and Keaton Wagler, who was the Big Ten freshman of the year. So
Right.
again, I can't put him over any of those guys justifiably. And same with the third team, too. Like, there's guys here, even Caleb Wilson, who, missed a lot of time with that broken hand. You kind of saw how important he was to that team when he was absent.
Oh, he was a difference maker. And we can there's not much to touch on later. He'll be out for the rest of the season. He broke his thumb in a non-contact. So, I mean, devastating blow. I'm glad he's getting recognition here. But, there's nobody here who I'm like, oh, that Peterson is better than them, which is so strange because
right. I just think maybe we're thinking of like better as far as like this season went, as far as from a college basketball standpoint.
right.
Like I don't think I'm looking at it as like what guy I think is going to be better in the NBA, but I think these 5 is possibly the best first team of all time. And then like I said, the second and third team, you can make a case for all of them to be in 1-2. So I don't know, you could shuffle this any way you want, and I don't think I'd argue it either way, but
yeah, my only change to the third team would be Cashy Nats, Sam Houston forward, but that's just me being a homer.
He got robbed. By the way, Sam Houston up 8-2 right now, New Mexico State, as we stand in the Coosa quarterfinal.
We are not going to cede that lead, I promise. Up 6 points, 2 minutes into the game, it's wraps.
It's wraps. You might as well just go ahead and send New Mexico State home. Missed a free throw there. Big free throw. All righty. So Duke also, and speaking of injuries, Duke also lost Caleb Foster with a broken foot. This is obviously very important for Duke. You lose your starting point guard, a very good point guard, and the number 1 team in the country. I don't necessarily think this is going to derail Duke in any way. I think their ceiling is still Final Four, finals, maybe championship, depending on if they get Michigan or not. But I don't think it's going to harm them anyway. They still have Cam Boozer running the point. They still got guys who can shoot. So I think it'll be fine. I said running the point. I'm sorry. I just meant running the offense.
Running the offense. Yeah, no, I wasn't going to flame you for it.
Should have.
I wouldn't. Me take unwarranted pot shots at you. What do you think this is? I think Duke as a team is just so efficient and such a system that knows what it wants to do. Like it will hurt them, right? Not having Caleb Foster out there, a competent player who can help direct traffic, it sucks. But if you look at Duke's like offensive statistics in terms of like offense out of the baseline, offense out of the sideline, offense out of the half court, they're like 98th percentile in all of those offenses across all of college basketball. It's like they just don't make mistakes, and so I'm curious to see how much Caleb Foster would impact that not being there. Like we said, Cam Boozer's still out there. He's still kind of the straw that stirs the drink, and it'll be interesting. It could be very, very good for him to show off parts of his game that may have been whittled back. It could be disastrous. We could see that Caleb Foster was vitally important, but that's part of the fun of the tournament.
And speaking of the tournament, are you ready?
Hit me.
Fins up.
Yeah. Is that your Cinderella sleeper pick?
It's not. No, I just was really happy to do that. I'm so happy they're in the tournament. That was just my precursor to the mid majors that we're going to talk about.
No, let it rip.
So they're beginning to clinch their spots in the tournament. We've seen Queens, High Point, Hofstra, Siena, Northern Iowa, Wright State, Tennessee State, Furman, McNeese, North Dakota State, Troy, Gonzaga, and the Long Island University Sharks. Fins up. So my only question that I had for this is, can any of these teams that have clinched right now make a run? I think there's two who could possibly. I mean, I'm not going to count Gonzaga in this because they're. I think when we call it Gonzaga mid-major, I think that's high.
I read that and I was like, we're not talking about the same school, right?
Yeah. No, I threw them in there because I was looking at the graph of all the teams that made it, and I was like, well, I have to put them in there, but because they are technically considered a mid-major, but they're not. You know, I don't really know what to call them, but
so what are the two teams you got?
I'm gonna kind of like I'm gonna sound like a broken record. Last year I picked McNeese. They were I think the one of 2 or 3 teams to pull off a Cinderella win in the first round.
You're a big McNeese guy, which
I'm gonna go with them again. I'm gonna go with them again. I think I watched the Southland championship game was just played right before we were recording. I just finished it. McNeese is awesome. And it's even kind of a better team than they were last year. They have like 3 or 4 guys who returned from last year's team who stayed. Because Will Wade's assistant, I don't know his name at the top of my head, sorry, but took over, and he's made this team a well-oiled machine, and they're hot going into the tournament. So I'm really happy. We'll see where they land. It'll probably be a 12 seed again, because that's always like where these mid majors land. So
right.
It'll depend who gets that 5 seed. Very important. Maybe if they slide up to 11, and they can get one of those 6 seeds, I think they could make a good run. Because when you're at an 11. I feel like you can always make a good run.
The 12-5 matchup is always the one where I'm like,
it's a trap.
Oh yeah, it's always. It doesn't matter who it is. It's a trap game because either you think it's a Cinderella chance and they get blown out, or you're like, there's no way they lose, and the 5 seed loses by like 4.
Yeah,
and it just ruins your bracket on the first day. So McNeese is one of your teams. Who's the other?
I have the High Point Panthers, and this will again depend on where they land in the bracket. Right now. When the tournaments finish this early, the conference championship tournaments finish this early in the week, or even start like last week, these are all the teams that are going to be between like seeds 13 and 16, varying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And High Point last year got cursed with matching up with Purdue, who obviously was very, very good, and they got blown out. So I think it'll again depend where they land. I can't see them going any higher than a 13, unfortunately, but I think out of all these teams, like those are the two that I think, as of right now, could make a run. But kind of a disappointing year for mid-major teams, and I'll say, and not in like a bad way, in a way of like all the favorites, like the number 1 seeds in their conference, are eliminated, got eliminated or upset. Like Furman upset Belmont. Hofstra was the 1 seed. Siena, I think Siena was like a 4 seed. Northern Iowa was the 5 seed. Wright State, all these Furman 4 seed. I think I already talked about them. But anyways, all these teams were like Cinderella teams, basically going into their conference tournaments. And I think Long Island U was also one of those teams as well. So if you're looking for a Cinderella team this year, I think you're going to have to wait another year, because I think the skill difference between the teams that they could potentially match up with and like a team like Wright State, like that's going to be an issue.
I mean, let's put a couple of ground rules out. What do you define as a Cinderella run? Like when you're talking about it, what to you makes a successful sort of Cinderella run?
I would say like maybe like a 10 or 11 seed and above, making like the Sweet 16 Elite 8.
I can get with that.
Yeah,
definitely.
And like obviously there's like the exceptions. There was George Mason in 06 who made the Final Four.
Right.
Wichita State. There was VCU, was an 11 seed. They made the Final Four. Like, there's exceptions to that, right? And it's every once in a while we will get those teams, but they're not in the pool this year, unfortunately. If any of those teams, and Liberty just got eliminated, they're not going to make the tournament now. So, like, I don't. And Sam Houston could make it. I think it's
Sam Houston music?
Still up 8-2, by the way. Score has not changed.
I told you it's going to hold. There will not be another basket scored.
Well, you can't. You can say what you want about their offense, but damn, their defense is good.
Damn, it's likened to Alcatraz, right? Yeah. You don't. No, I would agree with you. I wouldn't necessarily think any of these teams would be prime and poised for a Cinderella run. In part, and this will be something that I'm going to repeat every time we break down a bracket, is like the style makes fights, right? Like there are going to be some 12 5s and 11 6s where I'm like, oh, it might be closer. But I ultimately think that, and we talked about this way back when the season began, the level of skill and the professionalism of the hoops being played now, especially with NIL money involved, is just so much higher. Like the death of the Cinderella runs is going to be the thing I mourn the most. But I just think we're going down that path.
It's unfortunate, and I agree. But I think the trade-off is that like we are going to get like elite games down the stretch, like Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four.
Oh, we've had phenomenal games closing out the regular season. Right? It's can't complain. That's only going to intensify when it's a win or go home. The flip side of the coin of like no Cinderella is like heavyweights duking it out. So I guess you take that any day of the week. Unless you're an alum of Fins Up University.
Yeah, Long Island U. Who will? I mean, the thing of it is too is like what sucks about these these smaller schools is like when they have these great seasons, like it's like like their alumni come out, like the fans come out, like you have bandwagon fans who come on. They're gonna lose their coach at the end of the year. He's gonna get poached. Like so like congrats on like making it this far. But get back to the cellar, like we're taking your coach. Like,
hey, dude, it's so cool how you closed out the season and gave the number 1 seed of a scare.
Yeah, you had to lead at halftime. That's amazing.
Right,
we talk about that forever.
$50 million at your head coach.
And what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, Mark Cuban. Yeah, no, he's actually personally talking to your coach right now.
Right? Yeah, the Indiana alum. He's
Indiana,
ready.
a football school.
And Mark Cuban. I would love that to see Mark Cuban take over Indiana basketball.
I could not think of something that would excite me less than Mark Cuban being involved in. I like the Mavericks. I liked Mark Cuban with the Mavericks. I liked Mark Cuban because he would pony up his money and then stay the fuck away. And he cared very, very deeply about the team, right? You can stay the fuck off and also care about your team. That was great. Then he sold it to the DeMonts, and they fucked up the entire Mavericks forever. Yeah. So, like, my opinion on him is soured a little bit.
I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, he got his bag. Like, good for him.
His whole... This is a rant for a separate day. His whole life is him getting his bag and then it not being his fault. He made his money by selling fucking something in the .com bubble that was like a sack of shit. He's admitted as much. He's like, yeah, they way overvalued it. And then he just... he's a very smart businessman. Fine, he has tons of money. I get it.
I'm not even saying all that. I'm just saying good for him. Like, everything has a price, right? And he obviously got that price.
Right, whatever it costs to ruin the Mavericks' like legacy and culture, I'm glad the billionaire made more money. I am
the
not
Mavericks. Who cares?
I cared. The house that Dirk Nowitzki built brick by brick. I care. I don't know what kind of fake fandom you were running back in 2006. I saw Dirk win MVP and then fall. I think he fell to the We Believe Warriors that year. And then 5 years later, had to grind against the Heatles, the bloodiest ring in NBA history. I don't know why I'm yelling at you. It's not
the bloodiest ring. Yeah, like I wasn't there, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're not involved in this at all. I have some deeply unresolved trauma relating to the Mavericks, I suppose.
Well, reeling us back to college hoops.
Right.
but I'll close off by saying this: if you need me late tonight. I will be watching UC Santa Barbara, UC Davis, and Idaho, Montana for the Big Sky Championship. Both games start at 10:30. So 2 hours. So right now, as we're recording, it's 8:30. It'll be 2 hours from right now that these games start. And there's games on right now, of course, that I'll be still 8 to 2. As here, I think that's my fault. Hold on.
That you're like actively watching.
Sorry, 20-11 now, Sam Houston. So good job.
Listen, man.
Because every time I leave the screen, it pauses the game.
We don't do much right, but belt to ass every so often.
But yeah, you're gonna be a threat to make the tournament, maybe.
Listen, that's great. That's more than we've had in years past.
Yeah, we were all amped for this Texas State team that lost in the first round of the Sun Belt tournament. So, I trust me, I know your pain, man. It sucks.
Now, I have one question that we can visit about college, and maybe this is not the appropriate time to go full deep dive. But before the college season started, one of my first episodes on, we had projected, back when we were still pretending to focus on Houston sports, we had projected a Final Four, a national title for UH, off the high of like the first 4 games. Obviously, momentum for that movement has probably dwindled a little bit.
I won't count them out completely. Anything can happen. Injuries can happen. They could get a good spot in their tournament where maybe a team takes out like a team like Florida, Michigan. Not going to happen, but just takes out one of these top teams. Could happen. Not going to, but
And look, the Houston team last year beat Duke, right? Which
there's always a chance. There's always a chance.
Most people did not have happening.
And people were pissed that happened too. I just want to say people were really hoping for a Duke Florida national title game.
I'm glad you
guys didn't get that. Like, fuck you. Like I understand Cooper Flag. I do.
That's
Fine.
like, oh yeah, I want to see a Celtics Lakers finals. Okay, what's wrong with you? Like,
yeah, I'm sorry, you're evil. Like,
but no, I just did want to throw it out, revisit, and just say, whereas you still have the optimistic view, I think I'm out on them. I think Elite Eight is their ceiling. I don't think offensively they get in the paint enough, and defensively that they guard well enough. And of course, we'll break down the entire bracket. We'll give predictions, but
it seems like they progressed backwards. Like, I was really surprised with the contribution their freshmen put up to start the year, and now like later in the year, getting the Big 12 play, they look like the freshmen they should have started off looking like start the year like a Benjamin Button almost. It's weird.
And, look, Kingston Fleming is going to be drafted. He's not going to stick around. Chris Sinek, I see, get mocked in the teens. Like,
he needs to stay. I'm fully on board that he needs to stay.
He of all of the top 30 freshmen that you and I text about, he's the one where people are like, yeah, I'd take him 11th. I'm like, oh, no. But let him marinate.
His ceiling must be insane. Like, because that's the only reason I can see guys wanting to take him at 11.
He just... And this is maybe a bad comp because I don't think he's near the defender that this player was in college. But he just reminds me of like a Jabari Smith Jr. type. But he doesn't shoot the three as well, and he's not as versatile a defender to me.
Jabari Smith could also move the ball really well too.
Right, like he's not even Jabari Smith, I believe, at Auburn. But like that's just the comp that I keep coming back to, and I'm like, that's a fine NBA player. Like that, I'm not shitting on him. But if you can stay one more year in a program that will develop you, and you can put some weight on, he's so skinny.
If there's a way, and I know like there's not, but if there's a way that like these guys could find out if like, will my value still be as high next year? It's like, well, it could be if you played better, But again, like, is this as high as he? Could this potentially be as high as he could ever be mocked? Like, is it now or never for him?
I don't think it is because next year's draft class sucks. According to all like the people who look that far ahead and scout like 14-year-olds in Lithuania, like it's not a very strong draft class. And so if there's an opportunity, and again, agents are incentivized to have players go declare for the draft because then you get paid sooner, right? I get the whole financial structure, but. I would just if you care about him, I would recommend that maybe unless a team's like cold calling you, telling you we want to take you, like wait it out a year. That's all. Houston is an Elite Eight ceiling for me. I think that their offense has not been as potent as you would need to make up for the defensive step back they've taken, and there's nobody sitting under the rim defensively that like you're scared of.
Right.
So.
You just like the only thing you have to like kind of hope on is that either Kingston Fleming misses a few shots or Emmanuel Sharp just doesn't go nuclear.
Yeah.
Like if you can like contain Kingston Fleming's and then prevent Emmanuel Sharp from shooting well, you'll win.
Yeah.
But let's
Check
go.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and go into NBA talk. Very sorry, guys. My mic keeps cutting off and having issues. We're gonna try this one more time. For the third time, we're going to talk about Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points in a game, bringing his girlfriend Asia Wilson to the press conference after. Very funny. again, Cameron, how did this happen? Like I said, I saw online a bunch of stuff about him being kind of a free throw merchant, that he maybe taking fouls for him. Break down what you think about this 83-point game.
Like we were talking about pre-pod, like my knee-jerk reaction, neither good nor bad. Very funny that he's the one to do it. If you go down the list of like highest scoring games in NBA history, it is like littered with all-time greats. There's Wilt, there's Kobe. I think Elgin Baylor's up there. Embiid's up there, Luka's up there, and Bam Adebayo, who like at best amongst NBA circles is known as the guy who like has a ceiling he has not yet reached, is the one to drop 83. So I mean, good, but if you look at the box score of the game, which is not how we should watch the game, it's 150 to 129 in regulation. There is no overtime. The Washington Wizards gave up 150 points. This is the same team. Now,
This is the NBA, man. This is my NBA. I love it.
Right, now AD wasn't playing, right? So it's not like Bam Adebayo was dominating a defensive center. Starting at center for him was Alex Sarr, who's like a fine NBA center, a young, fine NBA center. And just for the box score, Tyler Hero is not playing this game. He was out. And so Bam Adebayo had the green light to take 43 shots total. The NBA record is like 60. He took 43 of them himself. He made 20 of them. So he didn't particularly shoot great.
Under 50%.
Yeah, he took 22 threes. He made 7. So he did not shoot the 3 great. And Brett, my math is not great. I went to Sam Houston State. But you may be asking, 7 times 3, 21.
Correct.
13 times 2, 26.
Correct.
That's only 45 points. Where did the other 36 come from?
Where else but free throws, brother?
He took 43
43.
free throws.
This is insane, and I'm looking down at the box score. I know you said not to do this, but I have to.
You have to for games like these.
Davion Mitchell, 2 for 2. Pele Larson, 4 for 5.
It's
I'm not going to
so
say his
awesome.
name. 1 for 2, 3 for 3. Like that's
Nobody
and then
else on the
36 for
team.
43.
Nobody else on the team took double-digit shots. Like, this is a game where Tyler Hero's out, and like Bam Adebayo plays far and away the most minutes on the team. He played 42 of the 48 minutes last night. The next closest guy on his team played 30 and had 5 points. Like, this is the crux of what I'm saying. It's funny. Because
It's
very
very
clearly,
funny.
Eric
It's very,
Spoelstra,
very funny.
who is a respected NBA coach, said, fuck it. Like, Bam had 40 in the first half. And Eric Spoelstra went, fuck it, he's chasing the record. Like,
I love that, man. What a coach, dude. What a coach.
I'm in favor of it.
I am too.
At the end of the day, it's a game.
And it's fun.
It's fucking.
And if you're mad
basketball
about
game.
it, then stop it.
Right.
Like,
I know people are mad because like, oh, he broke Kobe's record. Kobe was actually. Who gives a fuck, dude?
who gives a shit? Who gives
Like,
a shit? Like,
you-
and
I
I'm a
don't-
big Kobe guy. Like I'll fight for Kobe over with anyone. But the thing of it is like this is still cool as hell.
It's
Like,
83 points. Literally, nobody has ever seen 83 points in an NBA game except for Wilt Chamberlain. Like,
this is the best
isn't
box
like,
score I've ever looked at. Like I can't look away from it.
It's horrendous. It's gross. It is. He had 83 points. He was plus 20 on the game. That's not like.
Yeah, that's
great.
not insane. Like or great. Yeah,
Like-
plus 20s with 83 points. That's terrible. Like,
I just look. I wish more coaches would let their players chase records. I think it's fun. I think it's funny. If you're a Heat fan, you're ecstatic. If you're a Lakers fan, why? So that's kind of the crux of it. And if you're the Washington Wizards, like you've got to feel some shame. Like if you're a professional,
there needs to be Wizards fans rethinking their life right now.
well, there's no Wizards fans anymore. That's the thing. The Wizards haven't made the playoffs in like 15 years since the John Wall Brad Beal duo. That's the Westbrook combo may have snuck in, but like the Heat just dropped 150 on you, which is like embarrassing enough. Bam Adebayo had more than half of those.
Yeah, and I don't know too. I think it's just like I think it's overall like the worst drip team of all time. Like. For one, the team name sucks. The logo sucks. The jerseys suck. The atmosphere sucks. Like it's just like it's like aesthetically like the worst team I think in the league. Like and unless they somehow luck into like that number 1 overall pick, which I mean they'll land in the top 5 certainly. Like I'll do what you say. I think anyone who is projected to go to the Wizards. Just be like, I'm just going to stay in college. Like, we're good.
See, it's interesting you say that. They're the 3rd worst record in the league. They've lost 9 in a row. So they have they have the best chance, tied with the other 2 worst teams, to land one of the big 3 that you and I have been talking about. I know that you had said, not to air out old takes, you had said that Darren Peterson in Sacramento could be what turns Sacramento around. I disagree, but I could be wrong. Does Darren Peterson turn the Wizards around? Now, to be fair, they have Trae Young. They have Anthony Davis. They're going to be better next year simply because they have veteran NBA players involved. But, like, does a Darren Peterson change their fortune?
No, but I will say I think Dybansta could. Like if we're talking about like like if the Wizards do somehow luck in that number 1 overall pick, let's just like it could happen. Let's just accept that it could. I think they should go with Dybansta because you have Trae Young, a good guard, and you have Anthony Davis already. If you want to go Cam Boozer, you probably could go Cam Boozer, but I think Trae Young's a good enough guard to where you don't need to draft like Darren Peterson or. That would break my heart too. That'd be such a waste for Cam Boozer.
I do agree with you. Dybansta is probably a better choice. If you're gonna go guard, honestly. Might go Flemings or Acuff, and that's that's not no knock against Peterson, but Trae Young is already I don't want to say oft injured, but an injury risk as is. I would get a bigger guard in there. Give me Darius Acuff or Kingston Flemings and profit off that. But yeah, that's the.
I would even be happy with Keaton Wagler, like if I'm a Wizards fan.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'd be happy with Keaton Wagler, too.
Fuck, at 6 foot, whatever, I guess.
Discount bargain bin. I also
Caleb Wilson also would be a good spot.
Dude, it'd be awesome. I mean, They have Alex Sarr, who I'm not particularly high on. I think he's fine. But you could run a Sarr-Wilson backcourt and be a very good team, or be a good team. Maybe not.
And they desperately need like a personality and a face. So maybe like Caleb Wilson is like kind of like perfect for them.
They need somebody who can embody the John Wall like dancing and warm up stuff. Like that was fun. That was an identity. And then you had the Optimus Dime nickname, where it's like he's gonna get the ball, he's gonna run 1,000 miles an hour in the fast break, and he's gonna do a sick ass layup or dunk. It's like cool. That's an identity. Now it's kind of like, you got Trae. I also think they should rebrand to the Baltimore Bullets. Go back to what they were in the ABA days.
That would, the Washington Bullets, even just the Washington Bullets. Like we'll take it.
Yeah, Washington.
The Wizards is a shit name though, or it could be a good name, but they don't deserve it anymore.
We need a PR overhaul, certainly.
And like I don't think you could put like the Wizards name in a team in a city in like DC where like your colors have to be red, white, and blue. I think like you need to like go to a team like Seattle, or like a city like Seattle or like Portland where like they could do like purple, green, brown color, like Wizard aesthetic type colors. Yeah. I don't know. I think you could make the Wizard thing really cool if you lean into like the sci-fi or I don't know the fantasy end of it. But I just think that like it's the wrong city with the wrong name. I think the Bullets would be perfect.
Yeah, dude. If the house that Wes Unseld built, I wish.
Never a name I thought would be uttered on this show. But there's a first for everything.
Buddy, I know ball. Okay, do not ask me to name any other Wizards players.
We're gonna be here way too long. But let's go on. Jason Tatum was shocked to see that he's already back, and he looks incredible. correct me if I'm wrong. Torn Achilles, right, in the or somewhere in the Eastern Conference Finals or the finals, right?
Blew his Achilles, I think, in the first round against the Knicks.
First round, okay.
They were probably going to lose that series anyways, but tore it in what many call the best game of his career. I mean, he was electric. He was on fire. He was hitting every shot. He was playmaking. He was defending. It was a tough scene. It was tough watching him get hobbled off. I have a rooting interest in the Celtics, and then back like 10 months later.
It just seems like an Achilles injury at 10 months is like when you should start like working out again, not getting on the court playing 20 plus minutes.
That's what like I say casuals in a non-offensive thing, but like people who don't follow the NBA deeply don't understand like an Achilles injury before Kevin Durant was basically a career ender. Like I think only Clyde Drexler had ever come back and been like a semblance of himself. KD tears his Achilles in 2019. He comes back on the Nets, and it's like, oh, fuck, he looks really good still. But it was like 12 months or a little bit longer after that because we had the COVID shift stuff. Jason Tatum came back 10 months later, meaning he was ramping up and playing like 6 months after he tore it.
Yeah, and that kind of concerns me a little bit, like, that are we rushing these guys back a little too quickly? Like is maybe like the couple months more of having him worth the potential years it could take off his career if he gets hurt again? Obviously, these doctors know better than I do.
Yeah.
These guys know their bodies better than I do. But again,
it's
still it's in the back of my head still. Like cool, you made this big miraculous recovery in this amount of time frame. It scares me a little bit as a realist, you know, because I just know that like no matter how superhuman these guys seem, like Father Time always wins. So it's I don't know. I just think
it makes me queasy to think about. I like the Celtics. I like watching them. I like Joe Mazzulla and all the guys they've got there. I've said on this pod numerous times, like, yeah, we all thought they'd be the second seed, right? With Hugo Gonzalez and Baylor Shireman and like guys that nobody but NBA sickos have heard.
Creighton legend.
Creighton legend. Jordan Walsh, Arkansas legend, right? Like they got a lot of guys. They're also the second team in the East. Like, then they added Jason Tatum, who came back and in his debut, I think had 20 points and like 8 rebounds. Like
and played like 20 plus minutes as well.
Like they're
probably not expecting him to do that.
Right, they're hiding him on weaker defensive assignments, but offensively, he just fits in seamlessly. And so if you're an Eastern Conference team, you're like, well, fuck, I guess we're not going to beat the Celtics.
Yeah,
like,
fine. I guess the Celtics are going to the finals. Whatever.
Right, like, somebody has to come out of the East. I still think a fully healthy Cavs team is probably going to beat the Celtics.
Not my
in
Charlotte
7.
Hornets.
I think your Charlotte Hornets are going to get feisty. I think maybe second round. I'd love to see a Charlotte run. For some
got to make it out of the play-in first. Like, right. Got to make it out of that play-in.
For some reason, I cannot believe I'm saying this. For some reason, I don't know if I even want to utter these words. I trust in James Harden in Cleveland, I don't know if that's like sacrilege. I don't know if I should. I know his track record. I'm not. But
I like that Cleveland team though too. Like that, I think that I know like there's always going to be this big cloud above James Harden's head, but I just think this Cavs team is like good enough to overcome.
I picked him to come out of the East preseason. We're talking.
So that's even before he was on the team.
Before the James Harden thing, which I can't take credit for. Never wrong, just early. But like. They didn't impress me, and then he got on the team. I'm like, they certainly look better. But now you've got to contend with a Celtics team that like had legitimate MVP buzz around Jaylen Brown, is second in the East, does not turn the ball over, beats you up every time they get the ball, and they added a top 5 player in the game who's just back. Like, and I know, case in point, it makes me very queasy because I remember Klay Thompson tore his Achilles, sat out, and then tore his ACL, and then blew his Achilles in like a pickup game and missed like 2 years of basketball. And so I'm not a doctor, but I'm always like, oh, did we give this guy enough time? And then Jason Tatum is like he's in the prime of his career. He's kind of one of the faces of the league. I want the best for him. I don't want to see injuries derail his career. I'm glad he's back. I hope he stays healthy. And if the Celtics end up back in the finals, it's like, well, cool. I guess Achilles just aren't that big of a deal now.
I guess we could just write this off.
It's like the Tommy John thing in baseball where it's like, yeah, I guess you can just do it now.
Yeah, it's like, and actually, let's just do it now so we don't have to do it
right.
later. It just seems like it just happens, and it's like, oh, we just okay, we'll see you in a year. And
yeah,
it's just kind of it. Not really realizing the severity of these injuries, but
it's awesome just to see how far medicine has come. Because like an Achilles tear pre, I don't know, 2015.
Whenever KD tore his, so like
he tore his in 2019. So I'm gonna say like maybe
probably a little before that. Then,
14, 15 was like a career ender. Like even if you came back, you weren't the same guy. And now, granted, the two guys we are touting as like coming back and playing well are both tall dudes who can shoot really well. So athleticism isn't the paramount part of their game. And maybe that's the cheat code more than anything. But I'm shocked. I'm impressed.
But then Jason Tatum is also the most athletic dude on his team. You know what I'm saying?
Jason Tatum, 6 months after he tore his Achilles, was dunking from vert. Like, standing dunk. Now, he's 6'10", but standing dunk on a basketball court, like, just posting clips after practice.
That just, like, makes my stomach hurt. Like, you know,
it makes
me... ugh!
I'm, like, queasy. I'm like, no, stop. Don't.
Yeah,
Don't.
I guess I'm just such a pussy that, like, this... Like a torn Achilles would take me more than 10 months.
Dude, if I tore an Achilles, I'd probably hang my shoes up. I'd go, hey guys, that was awesome. Rehab's gonna kick my ass.
I've retired from working out, playing sports, anything.
Right.
It's done. Like this is my life now. Do you have anything else you want to add, Cameron? I know you had some stuff that you want to add.
I got some stuff off the dome.
Yep, go ahead, brother.
The main thing, the big thing I want to address first and foremost, and you had hinted at it, is just kind of an updated standings of the league. In the West, the Thunder are still the best team in the league. Only 2 games up on the Spurs, though. And so like I did kind of with Houston, a look back where 5 months ago, we were talking about could the Thunder beat the Warriors' win record. They're still going to probably finish above 60 wins. But they're only really good now. They're not historically great, which
I think the Spurs are the better team in the West, if I'm being honest with you.
The Spurs, they're insane. Wemby just dominates games. All of their young guards have performed really, really well. I'm excited to see what that playoff matchup looks like. I want to hear Wemby drop a tabernacle into the mic. And cuss people out in French. Mason's not here, so I can't make fun of him. His Rockets are still third. They're still third in the West.
Yeah, but saying that like it's a bad thing, you know, like I obviously know they have their problems, and we probably know that they're not gonna really make any noise like come like later in the playoffs. But I still think that like third in the West is like.
Is nothing to sneeze at.
Right. It's like, and you still have KD, Alfie, this amazing roster. Like, so anything can happen. And like let's say, like, God forbid, Wemby gets hurt, or someone on, like, maybe SGA gets hurt. Like, you just never know what could happen, and you gotta just play the games in front of you and try.
Right. You've got to play the games in front of you, play the team in front of you. I do think. If the Rockets lose in the offseason, there's going to be there should be some introspection. I don't think they certainly shouldn't blow the team up. That's not what I'm insinuating, but like the idea that like we need to get a point guard, which was kind of like a murmur in the preseason. This season is going to be like a please God get us a fucking point guard.
Yeah, and now it's desperate because it's like that everyone in the league knows that they need a point guard and that they could probably pay a good price for a point guard. Yeah,
they just don't. Fred VanVleet
they just don't have a lot to offer, you know. So I think they do got to kind of count on Fred coming back. But again, I just didn't realize how important he was to the team. I didn't realize that he was such like an important piece of the puzzle. Granted, all these other pieces that they have, but I mean, it just shows that, like, I guess a good point guard can take you so far. But
It's so funny, and it's not fair to hold this strictly to KD, but like when you look at where he's done best, he's had a point guard next to him, like a legit like. And to be fair, the point guards I'm talking about are Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving and Russell Westbrook, who all in their primes would make anybody look good. Hell, they'd make me look like a competent
two of those
player.
guys who've won titles, like,
Right, like so it's a very lowbrow take to be like, he needs a point guard. He had 3 Hall of Famers as his point guards. I get it, but he
and KD will
need,
find a point guard. Trust me. If he, I kind of have the take that I think KD's probably gone after this year with the Rockets. But if he for some reason stays and they do get a point guard, like, yeah, like you said, it will make a difference. But
just
like,
someone
no
to give him
doy.
the ball. Like,
Right.
hey, they're top locking me off a screen. I'm gonna just give the ball to Fred Van Vliet. It's like that's so much easier than like, I guess I'm gonna give it to Amen Thompson, who is not gonna shoot it to the 3-point line, and he's gonna swing it to Alpi at the high post, who's now getting doubled, and he's gonna find Reed Shepard, who's gonna take a 30-foot three. It's like, okay. We're getting complex here. Down the standings, Nuggets dropped to 6th. Disappointing. I was wrong on them. My Warriors are 9th. I hope.
But that
wash
West
out.
is loaded. Like, I know they're at 6, but you look at the teams who are above them: the Timberwolves, the Lakers, Rockets, Spurs, Thunder. Like that's 5 really, really, really good teams.
Oh, they're 5 teams that are good, probably better. I guess I shirk at that because I hear a lot of people say like, well, Jokic is clearly the best player in the world. It's like I'm a Jokic guy. I love him. You know, I love me a big who does everything. I just don't know if that's true anymore. And not like Jokic has fallen off. Shea is going to win the MVP this year. Wemby exists. Like, Jokic may not be this unimpeachable offensive engine where like we can't even utter the fact he may not be the best player in the league. He may just not be anymore. And that's fine. You won a title. He won his MVPs. I just think the team has done a poor job building around him. And like I was wrong on the Cam Johnson trade. I was very high on it. That hasn't worked out super great. So sucks. I hope they can rebuild. I don't think they will. The last touch point, your Grizzlies are 11th, lost 5 in a row. You're chasing the Mavericks, who have lost 8 in a row. But everybody below you has won. So
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Hey, you got to lose the games in front of you. You know,
you're not going to catch the Kings, but you might catch the Pelicans if they continue winning.
yeah. But what I'm looking at, like you said, like to catch the Pelicans, maybe catch Utah, and also looking at the East too. I mean, if Brooklyn can somehow, I mean, they're 2-8 and they're past 10, so that's not good. And I don't think they're going to catch the Wizards, but that could potentially get you in the top 5. You know, I like the better, the lower the better. Like I just lose. I'm out on the. I'm not watching any more Grizzlies games this year. I'm out. I'll see y'all next year.
You're watching Charlotte Hornet games.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with the Hornets. I've caught a game or two. I've been happy to watch them.
They've cooled off since I recommended them to you. So
they're 7-3 still though. So I mean,
7 through their last 10. Yeah, certainly. I would feel bad if I'm like, yeah, watch the Hornets. They're awesome, and then they also suck. But
and they're not far from that top seed in the play-in. So like, not that it matters. You just got to get in the play-in, but.
Right.
I'm going to have fun watching them, and I really do hope they make a run just so they can either get beat by the Pistons or the Celtics. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, and to wrap up tanking talk, the Pacers are the worst team in the league.
Officially eliminated.
Officially eliminated. By God, is that Cam Boozer music? I hope so. As it stands in the Tankathon, which is very funny, Adam Silver, fuck you. I'm going to talk about tanking. Teams should tank. You've incentivized this. This is your fault.
Yeah, this is like, yeah, he's talking about like teams shouldn't do this. Brother, this is your fault.
This is,
Like,
we
this
didn't
is
talk about it
your
when it
fault.
broke. I'm glad it's being brought up. He's mad because his gambling like sponsors are saying it's fucking up their lines. I don't care.
I don't give a fuck about gambling in sport. You know,
As a
someone who
fan-
likes to do it still, and even as a fan still,
Right.
It should not matter.
I don't gamble, so like as a fan who does not partake, dude, I know Indiana was going to be bad. We all knew that. I don't give a fuck if they're worse than we thought they'd be if it means Cam Boozer's on the line. Like, it does not bother me. And I get it. Like, I live in Houston. The Rockets are good right now. When they play a team, the opposing team will usually play their best players, meaning I get to see them. I completely understand the aspect of, like, the fans who pay money deserve to see their favorite player. 100% agree. The fans who pay money to support the league also deserve to not be hammered by FanDuel ads every 30 seconds.
Yeah. It's like you're not really pulling your end of the bargain here, buddy. Like, you're not really making it a good experience for the fans who don't gamble. Or like,
right.
Maybe,
I mean,
or even just like not the casual, but the diehard fan, like by making like watching games harder to get. Like it's making these
right,
TV
dude.
deals
Like
ridiculous.
I was watching Rockets Spurs on Sunday on it was Peacock broadcast. Yeah. That's a horrendous product. That's a dog shit product. Did you watch the game? Have you watched the game?
You don't like the NBC broadcast?
I like the NBC broadcast. What I don't like is how they 2K-ified it. Where like whoever has the ball, their 3-point rating is in the top left-hand corner, but it's out of 5 stars. I know these players.
Yeah, that's dumb.
It's that, and then when they drive at their feet, you can see the percentage they're shooting from that part of the floor. I don't care. I love basketball. I fucking love statistics. I don't want to see that.
Not while the game is going on. Like, this is something I look up in my free time. You know,
right. Like, hey, if I want to see like what Dylan Harper's shooting at the rim, I'll just Google that. I don't need a 2K rating in the top left of my screen being like, he's a 4-star slasher. That means nothing to me. And I play 2K. I play the games. Like, Victor Wembanyama is a 3-star 3-point shooter. Okay, he's 7'4" and he's going to dunk the ball from the 3-point line.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
The commodification of gambling and appealing to, like, hyperactive ADD kids is just bad. It's basketball. It's a fast-paced up-and-down game. Why do you need to show me 2K graphics? Why when Dylan Harper hits a 3 am I seeing a green animation from the game of 2K26?
Oh yeah, that's too much. And like the little like the star with like the circle under their feet, like as they're moving,
right? Like
to let you know who has the ball. It's like I don't need this. like you said, the ADHD like 2K-ification of the league, it's sickening.
This isn't hockey either. Like hockey, you kind of have to follow the players more than the puck. Right? When you're watching it, I get it. If you wanted to like highlight where the puck was on the screen, dude, that is an accessibility
I think
thing.
that's popular, and I think that's
right?
a pretty good thing.
The basketball is big and orange and one player has it and you can see it cuz they're bouncing it.
Yeah, you're never like caught off guard by where the ball is.
No.
It's like, oh fuck, where is it? Like
right,
under Wendy's
You're never
jersey?
like looking up from your dinner and being like, "Oh fuck, what's going on?" You can watch it, dude.
And you can decipher it pretty quickly, like what is happening.
Yeah, that was a tangent I didn't mean to go on, but it did piss me off.
Right.
But yeah, that's really this part of the NBA season is like teams are tanking, the good teams are resting. College is the basketball you should be watching for the next month, right? We're both in agreement. Yep. And then we can tap back in after March Madness when the playoff brackets will be set and we'll deep dive.
I'm excited.
In.
Next time we have a show, we will have a bracket, so I'm very excited. I don't know, Cameron, we'll talk about it a little bit before we close. Do you like to fill yours out online, or are you old-fashioned like me where you like to print it out, write it with a pen?
I am an online guy simply because my family does not live near me, so it's very easy to do a group that way.
I gotcha.
But when I was a waiter, this is lore drop. When I was a waiter at TGI Fridays, we had a bunch of regulars who would gamble with each other in the bar on games, and they would paper copy it. And the one year it was like 2018 that I partook in it. I did so dog shit poorly that the next year that came around, they begged me to play because it was free money. Like,
we want that extra 20, please.
They were like, no, dude, that extra 20 matters.
Yeah, go ahead and
so I've
throw it
stopped. That was my bad luck.
And it's always guys like you and I, Cameron, who watch a lot of. I'm more of a college guy, but like who watch a lot of ball in general, who never do well on these bracket challenges.
No,
It's always the guy. It's always like my buddy who like didn't. It'll be Mason. Like if we end up all three doing one,
Mason
it
will
will
win.
be Mason will win it.
yeah.
I'm telling you right now, like that's just how it goes. I could watch every single minute of every single game, and there will still be guys like Mason who will fill out a bracket one time, completely forget about it, and will destroy mine.
The next time you and I record, when we're doing a bracket breakdown, we're going to be going into like some analytics of like the team is defensively weak, all this stuff. Mason's going to go, yeah, fuck it, that sounds cool, and he's going.
They
to
won the
beat us.
Patriot League. All right, bet, winning it all.
He's going to beat us by a good, depending on whatever your scoring system is, like 20 points, easy. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, just go ahead and count on that. And Mason, if you're listening, obviously you already know you're going to do that. So, but that'll wrap it. But that'll wrap it up. Fourth and forever, or hoops or fourth and hoops. We'll call it fourth and hoops.
4-point play.
Yeah,
There we go.
4-point play. I like that. Yeah, thank you for joining 4-point play. As we kind of get ready to wrap up the conference tournaments in college basketball, keep you updated in the NBA. Obviously, we had that BAM game, so we had to hop on and talk. Glad to give Cameron his time. We had a crazy week in NFL free agency, so all of our time in the first episode went to that. But we could not go without talking about basketball, and then especially with Bam dropping that game, like that was the cherry on top. We had to hop on, so
Thank
happy we
you,
got to do
Bam.
it, Cameron. It's always very therapeutic, and it's. I'm sure he's not this far, but it's nice not having to like feel like I'm watching like my kid on an iPad, being like, "You all right, buddy?" Like, you're like, "Yeah, I'm good." Like,
No, I got you. Next, it'll probably be a breakout episode, same to this, when we do a bracket breakdown. Simply because I don't want to waste Mason's time. He's going to pick UNC to win it all. He's going to end up being correct. It's going to piss me off.
yeah, Caleb Wilson's gonna make like a miraculous recovery and like come back like the day before the first game.
Caleb Wilson, one-handed 40-point game. Just mark it in your calendars.
Give it to me versus like UC Santa Barbara or David. Like UC, that'd just be like a March moment to remember forever. Alrighty, y'all. But that'll do it. Fourth of forever. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. We'll be back Monday with the bracket, either Monday or Tuesday with the bracket. Very excited. I'm hosting a show for the radio station. We're basically going to be live watching the bracket reveal on Sunday. So selection
There
Sunday.
you go.
So I'm very
Nice.
excited about that. So I'll be doing that on Sunday. But hopefully I'll have time to hop on and break it down with you guys as well. I'm very excited. This is my number one show, so of course we gotta of course make sure that the guys are taken care of. But thank you all again. Like, subscribe. I said that 3 times now, so I'll just sign it off now. Adios.